had a title.
So it's all that language in there, and like you just have to access that in 13 minutes.
Oh, they got it.
So there's a media title. There's a media title.
It's fine.
But there's
No, it's fine. I can add it.
Kind of a long time, isn't it?
Okay. All right, we'd like to open our meeting with a word of prayer and then the pledge of allegiance. So if you want to, just pray with me. Dear Heavenly Father, I want to thank you for another night to be able to gather here, Lord. I thank you for the community members that are here. I just ask that you give us guidance, Lord, and that the decisions made in these meetings are made according to your will. I just ask that you watch over us, Lord, and be with us in all that we do. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
You join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
She just has her right now. We're gonna table the approval for passing this because we gotta get all the ones that Captain Jackie did. So we're gonna be able to do that right now. We have, okay, we've got 2 orders of new business, so we've got a resolution here, which I'll have to read to you because my printer, I didn't have printer paper. This resolution is to update the authorized signers on the town bank account. So it reads, whereas the town of Hardinsburg maintains 1 or more bank accounts for the purpose of conducting official town business, and whereas Wayne Johnson is currently listed as an authorized signer of the town's bank accounts, and whereas the town board desires to remove Wayne Johnson as an authorized signer and to add Ashley Johnson, clerk, and Alex Jimerson as authorized signers on the accounts. Now therefore be it resolved by the town of Hardinsburg, Indiana, Wayne Johnson is hereby removed as an authorized signer on all town of Hardinsburg bank accounts. Ashley Johnson, clerk, is hereby added as an authorized signer on all town of Hardinsburg bank accounts. Alex Jimerson is hereby added as an authorized signer on all town of Hardinsburg bank accounts. Town clerk and or town board president are authorized to take all necessary actions to implement this resolution, including execution of bank documentation. So I will motion to have this passed.
A second.
Take it to a vote. All I'll have to look. I've got them all documented right now, but, they told us to just not number them so that the clerk can number those.
Okay, that's what I just want to make sure of is that, yeah, we need to update
And
that.
I don't have the number on there, but we'll update it as.
Yeah. As I say, typically that's one of the things I do for towns, just make sure we're keeping that numbering up to date, help the clerk out. So,
She would not be
Are we there now?
Yeah, let's look at that sign.
All right, next order of business is going to be a proclamation from the town of Hardinsburg. A proclamation for the senior citizens of Hardinsburg and the surrounding community. This proclamation is made by the town of Hardinsburg, Indiana. Whereas the town of Hardinsburg acknowledges and celebrates the Hardinsburg Senior Citizen Corps, having provided services to and for the senior citizens of the town and outlying community of Hardinsburg, Indiana. Whereas they have worked to maintain and improve the quality of life of such individuals. Whereas they have met the needs of many senior citizens of the community of Hardinsburg by providing such services. Now therefore be it declared by the town of Hardinsburg, Indiana, the building located at 183 Cheshire Lane, and other names, but that's the one we're going with today. From this day, August 19th, 2025 forward, shall be known as the town of Hardinsburg Senior Citizens and Community Center. Whereas the Hardinsburg Senior Citizen Corps has first rights of access to schedule their events at the center, unencumbered and free of charge. Whereas the town of Hardinsburg is now responsible for the security, maintenance, utilities, and operating responsibilities of the center. Now therefore be it declared by the town of Hardinsburg, in recognition of the items previously set forth in this proclamation, that from this date forward, November 7th, shall be the town of Hardinsburg Senior Citizens Day. Passed and adopted by the town board of Hardinsburg, Indiana, this 19th day of August, 2025.
I'll take a motion on that. Second, so take the vote, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
That is passed.
that probably is our first proclamation.
Yes.
That is our first proclamation.
Okay, discussion items. I'll let you guys go. I think it's a monkey. Discussion items, would be, I know you brought up a letter for the senior citizens organization regarding personal property located in this building. You want to take that, or you want me to read it?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take it. So we had some questions raised at the last meeting about the personal property in here that the seniors had bought over the years. And so I'll be sending something over to the Senior Citizens Corp, just basically asking them to itemize that for us so we know in here exactly what they bought. And effectively, that'll put the town on notice that, hey, you know, these tables or these chairs or these whatever are the items that the Senior Citizens Corp is going to be responsible for. And that way, if anything happens to them, to that property, the town can oh, you've already got it. Fantastic.
5 o'clock this morning.
Perfect. Well, thank you.
Thanks, I think everything, and maybe a few things I missed because I wasn't in here going through everything.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, that helps us out immensely. I'll get that typed up and probably, like I said, I'll send you something just saying, hey, here's everything we've got. Double check it one last time, and that way we're all apples to apples on that. And we'll make sure we know that. Because again, the goal going forward is to make sure if something gets broken here and it's your guys's by anybody who uses the facility, we want to make sure we know what's what and whose it is. So
and that there's not a dispute of, oh, is that something that's the town's property or is it the senior's property, and then to make sure you guys are taken care of on your personal property. There were also some questions at the last meeting. You want to go ahead and go into the next
Yeah,
one?
you can go in.
About the status of the actual ownership of the building, and so the board had asked me to review all the legal documentation from back when the building was built. So I'm going to dim the lights here. I've got a little presentation to try to help clarify that, so bear with me here. We'll see if the technology wants to cooperate or not. Let's see if I can do this without tripping myself here. And I'll pull this up, and hopefully everybody can see this okay. So, what I've reviewed for you guys in preparation for this is a number of items. The first was the Small Cities Community Development Block Grant that was issued for the town of Hardinsburg on July the 7th of 1997. That same date, there was a Department of Commerce subrecipient agreement. In addition to that, I reviewed the affidavit of ownership that was executed by Washington County Auditor just a few weeks ago on July 17th. And then I reviewed GIS land records for the property. Reviewing what I found there, the Community Development Block Grant was used, quote, for construction of a senior citizen center in Hardinsburg, and the parties to that specific agreement were the state of Indiana and the town of Hardinsburg. So the original block grant that provided the money for this building was a grant from the state of Indiana to the town of Hardinsburg with the specific purpose of building the building. The second agreement, signed the same day, was a subrecipient agreement. It specified that the Senior Citizens Corporation would be subcontracted by the town for the purpose of building. So basically the money went from the state to the town to the Seniors Corporation to build the building, and the specific purpose stated was, as you can see there, quote, in order to increase the number of persons served as well as an expansion of activities. And I apologize that my projector is not the world's greatest focus on that, but if anybody wants to see these slides, I'm happy to let you come see it on my computer at the end of the meeting. This big block is out of that sub-agreement, and it states that at the conclusion of the project, any real property acquired or improved with funds under the contract in excess of $25,000, there were only three options for what could be done with it. One option was it would continue to be used for a period of 5 years pursuant to program guidelines. Option 2 was that it would revert back to the town. Option 3 was the town could dispose of it to another entity, but in order to do that, the town had to get Department of Commerce approval to do so, and the town had to receive money back equivalent to the fair market value of the property. So those were the only three options, was basically set up a 5-year leasehold to somebody, revert it back to the town, or get Indiana Department of Commerce's approval to sell the building and get paid the fair market value for the building. Looking over at Elevate and seeing what does GIS show right now, it still shows Washington County as the owner because we're still finishing up the litigation stuff. Judge Houchin is waiting on a final order for us, at which point in time the property records will be updated to reflect that Washington County is no longer the owner of the town's assets. Hardinsburg is once again the owner of all of its assets. But we do have already executed the affidavit of ownership from the county auditor indicating that that the county has rescinded those ordinances and agreed to that. And you can see in the background here, this is the parcel information that's attached to that affidavit. And the important part is up here, the history of ownership shows in February of 1998, when this building was originally constructed and completed, the owner of record was the town of Hardinsburg. So, based on all of that, the block grant, the SRA, neither of those documents have anything in them to indicate that there was ever an intent for the Seniors Corporation to own this building. It was obvious that the intent about the uses of the building were for the benefit of the Senior Center. It was to allow for more programming here, but nothing about ever transferring ownership to the Seniors Corporation. So under the strict terms of both of those, in fact, that one particular clause specifically said the ownership reverts back to the town at the conclusion of all of this, and the property records from both the auditor's office and GIS confirm that in fact is what ultimately happened with the building. So hopefully that clarifies that. Like I said, I know some people had some questions, and so that's kind of the legal documents answer to the question of who actually owned the building and how did this all transpire when this building got built 28 years ago.
Can you upload this to the town's Google Drive?
Absolutely, yeah, I'll make sure this gets uploaded, so I kind of made the board aware of this. I had to work on this a little bit closer to today's meeting than I wanted to. Unfortunately, one of the other attorneys I work with had a death in the family, and I've had to cover some stuff, so this got done a little bit closer to the meeting than I would have liked to. So, but I'll make sure it gets uploaded for you guys. Absolutely.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Very much. Okay, so the next order of business would be, okay, yeah, we're in discussion. Does anyone have any new business?
Well, it's not really new business, I just wanted to remind everyone that we have the card night and youth tournament tomorrow, which I'm excited about. So we have 2 door prizes,
Three?
or,
You've got two?
yeah, we have 2 door prizes and then 2 prizes for the winning euchre team. I think there's some stuff from Buff City, so, what? Gift cards, a cool little like drink mix, package, something, and then this cool like cooler / picnic basket. And then the food is being catered, and I think we're getting 2 things of pulled pork, 2 things of mac and cheese, and then 1 thing of baked beans. And we'll have drinks and utensils, all that stuff, and cards are provided. If you guys don't want to play euchre, you can play any card games, spoons, spades, whatever. Well, we're gonna an Uno deck too. Really, whatever you guys want to play. And that kind of leads me. We want to put on more events, you know, just for the people in town and around town. So a couple ideas. I think Dale told me an idea would be like a sock hop one night. You know, I think that was a great idea. Also something for Halloween, like a lot of people are doing like trunk or treats. We could do something like that here, or like a pumpkin carving thing for kids, or pumpkin painting, something like that. I know a lot of people like bingo. I know the seniors play bingo, and I think that would be cool to incorporate everyone. You know, everyone can play together. You talked about bungo. I'm not sure what
I
that
don't know
is,
what bungo
but it
is,
seems to be pretty
everybody
popular.
seems to like it, so I've heard about it like 40 times. But I don't know.
Yeah, and then and then maybe some silent auctions, because, you know, we are still trying to raise money for the town. There's things that we want to do that require more money than what we're going to have this year. So, those are some ideas, but everyone's welcome to the card night tomorrow. It's from 6 to 9. So, if
Free
you,
meal.
yeah, if you
free
don't like
prizes.
cards, you can just hang out and eat free food.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. And then any other business? We got a little business? Oh, yeah, sorry. We got one other item we need to take care of, the ratification of services, contracts with Mainstream. You want me to go to that?
So basically, we ratifying because we made a decision outside the meeting. The process is to now ratify that decision. We're getting internet to this building. We've looked at all the competition in the area, Blue River, Outernet Broadband, AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, and we decided on Main Street. So if you want to get into the details of why, I'm happy to talk to it, but it's very technical. Basically, we upstream our video to the web, and they provide the best upstream out of all the providers, and they're the most cost-effective for that service. So we're going to be paying for 100 meg down. It's symmetric, so it's 100 meg up as well, and it'll be installed when mainstream gets around to it. So their estimate now is 4 to 5 weeks. So they went from hanging it on a pole to having to bore, so it added a little bit to that time frame. So we'll have internet here before long.
Is that something that, when this is being used by other people, will they have access to that Wi-Fi?
It's something we'll need to talk about. The question was whether it be open for whoever rents the building to have Wi-Fi. We'll have to look at strict policies because how do you discourage us recommend or giving internet access openly to anybody? So there is a way to control what they have access to.
Okay.
So that's something we'll discuss probably at our working meeting and implement so that we don't get subject to any criminal or mischievous behavior on our Wi-Fi. So
All right.
that's internet. Another, can I go on one more?
Yeah.
Well, another point of old business was the vote to do the Walmart park